So, let's talk about politics. Specifically, Pakistani politics. Big rallies, powerful families, traditions that go way, way back. Now picture this scene. The hallowed halls of the Senate of Pakistan. You've got these seasoned politicians debating laws, shaping the future of a nation of over 220 million people. And in the middle of all this, you have one guy who starts getting called the Digital Senator. It sounds like a character from a sci-fi movie, right? But this isn't fiction. This is the story of Senator Mian Atiq Sheikh. He didn't just get a nickname, he earned a title that would redefine what a public servant could be in the 21st century, becoming recognized as the world's first digital senator. But why does this even matter? Why should we care if a senator is digital? Because look around. Our entire world runs on code, data, connectivity. From how we order food to how we protest, it's all happening online. Politics, for the longest time, has been one of the last industries to catch up. It's been stuck in analog mode while the rest of us are living in 4K. A digital politician isn't just someone who has a Twitter account, it's someone who understands that technology is the most powerful tool we have for transparency, for efficiency, and for connecting directly with the people they're supposed to serve. It's about using tech to cut through the bureaucracy and deliver real, tangible results. Mian Atiq's journey wasn't a straight line to tech superstardom. It was messy, unexpected, and full of twists. He stepped onto the political stage in 2013, not as a tech guru, but as a businessman entering the chaotic, high-stakes world of Pakistani politics. He was appointed the president of MQM's Punjab chapter, a massive responsibility in the country's most populous province. This wasn't Silicon Valley, this was grassroots politics. Organizing, mobilizing, navigating complex local dynamics. His initial political education came under the guidance of Altaf Hussain, the founder of the MQM party, who saw potential in this outsider and decided to give him a shot at the big leagues. This early phase was his political boot camp. It was less about bites and more about ballots. He was learning the art of negotiation, the importance of a strong ground game, and the delicate dance of party politics. The mentorship he received was crucial, shaping his understanding of the system from the inside out. He wasn't born into a political dynasty, he had to earn his stripes. This experience, far from the digital world, was what laid the foundation for his future success. It taught him that before you can change the system with technology, you first have to understand the system itself, with all its flaws and all its potential. His journey was just getting started. In 2015, the game changed. Mian Atiq's hard work paid off. He was nominated, then elected to the Senate of Pakistan. Now this is a huge deal. The Senate is the upper house of Parliament, the chamber of sober second thought, where the country's most critical laws are debated and finalized. For a relative newcomer with only 2 years in politics, this was huge. Like being called up from the minor leagues to the World Series, a leap in scale and stakes, suddenly surrounded by political giants, veterans steeped in rules and codes, a freshman among seasoned experts. He knew almost nothing about how the Senate actually worked. Party president, legislator. So what did he do? He hit the books, hard, became a student of the system, countless hours, day and night, studying the Constitution of Pakistan, studying the rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Senate. He didn't just skim, he memorized. Highlighting, flashcards, late-night study montages, knowledge equals sign survival in a technical chamber. In a place where arguments are dismantled on technicalities, the rules were his armor. Classic underdog move, outwork everyone. He wasn't alone. He sought mentorship inside the Senate, found a guide in Mohsin Raza, corridor conversations, one-on-one coaching. Not just written rules, the unwritten ones. Build consensus, when to speak, when to listen, how to frame an argument to win opponents. A masterclass in practice, taught in corridors of power. Mentorship transformed him from intimidated to confident. But rules were only half the battle. The other half, overcoming intimidation. Walking into a room of decades-long veterans as the new guy. Colleagues dismissive, whispers, eye rolls, labeled an outsider. A businessman who didn't belong. Daily tests of resolve, skepticism, even hostility. He doubled down on preparation instead of backing down. He aimed to earn respect through competence and dedication as a public servant. Every senator has a moment of truth. Their first question on the floor, it's your public debut. Your chance to prove you're not just there to warm a seat.
For Mian Atiq, this was a moment of crippling anxiety. He had done the homework, He knew the rules, but standing up to speak in front of the nation's most powerful figures was a different beast. For an entire year, he attended every session, observed and learned, but the fear of speaking held him back. It was a mental block. He felt the weight of expectation and the critical eyes of his colleagues. He was prepared, yet paralyzed. It's a feeling many of us know, the fear of not being good enough. The breakthrough came from an unlikely source, a bit of tough love. One day, a senior colleague pulled him aside and said, "Senator, you've been here a year. If you don't speak now, you never will. You were elected to represent your people, not to be a spectator." That was the push he needed.
He finally stood up and asked his first question. His voice wavered, but the words came out. And with that one act, the fear shattered. He had broken the barrier. That single question opened the floodgates, and soon he became one of the most active members on the floor, known for his well-researched points and relentless questioning of government ministries. He had found his voice. Then, around 2017, something clicked. He saw that the old ways were slow and inefficient. While his colleagues were buried in stacks of paper, he started thinking in terms of data and connectivity. He realized his true passion wasn't just in politics, but in the intersection of politics and technology. He saw technology as the ultimate tool for accountability. Why should citizens have to file paper requests and wait months for information? Why couldn't government services be as easy to access as ordering an Uber? This became his new mission, to drag the government, kicking and screaming if necessary, into the digital age. He started advocating for a digital Pakistan. This wasn't just a talking point. It became his entire political identity. He focused all his energy on this new frontier. He used his position to question ministries about their lack of digital infrastructure. He pushed for e-governance initiatives. He argued that digitizing records would improve efficiency and reduce corruption, making it harder for things to get lost in the system. He was no longer just a senator. He was a tech evangelist in the halls of power. He spoke a language many peers didn't understand yet, but he knew it was the language of the future. His journey from silent freshman to digital crusader was complete.
And then 2020 happened. The COVID-19 pandemic shut down the world. Parliaments closed, governments froze, people were locked in their homes. For most politicians, this was a crisis. For Mian Atik, it was an opportunity. If the world was going to operate remotely, why couldn't the government? He became a one-man digital task force. He started organizing massive Zoom sessions, connecting thousands of Pakistanis from across the globe, experts, doctors, policymakers. He single-handedly kept the conversation going when traditional channels had gone silent. He didn't stop at Zoom meetings. He transformed his media presence. He became a fixture on TV shows. He used his platform to teach digital tools. He used his platform to teach online safety. He was teaching people how to navigate the new normal. He used these platforms to hold the government accountable in real time. He organized digital press conferences, bringing ministers online, bringing officials online. He was running a parallel digital parliament from his home office. But his vision went beyond crisis management. He knew that for Pakistan to truly thrive, it needed to invest in the next generation of technology, artificial intelligence. He began a relentless campaign to establish AI centers across the country. He argued AI wasn't a luxury, it was an economic necessity. He lobbied the government, met with university chancellors, worked with tech leaders. His goal was to create hubs of innovation where young Pakistanis could learn the skills needed to compete in the global tech economy. He wasn't just thinking about the next election, he was thinking about the next 50 years. At the heart of his digital crusade was a deep commitment to empowering the most overlooked members of society, youth and women. Youth, women. He saw technology as the great equalizer. He championed programs that provided digital literacy training for women in rural areas, helping women start online businesses. He mentored young aspiring tech entrepreneurs, connecting them with resources and funding. He believed that the true power of a digital Pakistan wouldn't come from the government, but from unleashing the creative potential of its massive youth population. For him, every person taught to code was another builder of the new Pakistan. So how did he get the name DigitalSenator? It actually started as a joke. In the Senate, where traditions are everything, his constant talk of digitization, AI connectivity, was met with amusement by some of his older colleagues. They would see him in the hallways, always on his phone or tablet, and say, "Here comes the digital senator." It was a lighthearted jab, meant to rib the guy who was obsessed with technology. They didn't get it, they saw it as a gimmick. But Mian Atik, with his characteristic good humor, embraced it. He owned the nickname because he knew it represented something real. The joke soon turned into a badge of honor. As his work gained traction, especially during the pandemic, people started to see that he wasn't just talking the talk, he was walking the walk. The media picked up on the nickname, but they used it with respect. He was the digital senator because he was the only one doing the digital work. The ultimate validation came from the highest offices in the land: Prime Minister recognition, President recognition. The joke had become his official designation. The outsider had become a trailblazer. Today, his mission is bigger than ever. His term in the Senate may have ended, but his work continues. His ultimate dream is to see a fully digital Pakistan, a nation where every citizen has access to government services through their phone, transparency built into the system through blockchain, AI drives economic growth. He envisions a Pakistan where a farmer in a remote village can get real-time crop data, a student in a bustling city can access the world's best education online. This isn't just about convenience, it's about fundamentally re-engineering the relationship between the state and its citizens for the better. Now, he's looking to take his message global. He wants to work with international organizations like the United Nations to promote the concept of digital parliamentarianism worldwide. He believes every country needs leaders who understand technology and are willing to use it for positive change. To the young people watching, his story is a blueprint. It shows that you don't need a famous last name or a long political career to make a difference. You just need a passion, a vision, the courage to challenge the status quo. Mian Atik's journey proves that one person with a powerful idea can in fact upgrade an entire nation. Now the question is, who's next?